You look like you just saw a monster.
A monster? Where? That could have gone better.
Alright, welcome back everybody. We are here to test out our Plex server and see how it will handle transcoding. So, I want to talk about a couple of things real quick. So, the upcoming release of Dragonfish is coming out for TrueNAS. I was running the release candidate 1 for that. And I had to roll back because there were some issues with TrueCharts, which we had set up for our Plex. It wasn't pulling in the apps correctly. It said it couldn't reach the host to TrueCharts on the GitHub, and then there was all kinds of error messages happening. And I read an article saying TrueCharts was not ready to support Dragonfish yet, and I had a couple other caching issues, which I thought the cache on the ZFS was getting out of hand. It was literally maxing out my system. I don't know why I went to report that bug, but I was unable to in a timely manner because their website was showing every time I went to activate the account, it would not let me, saying there was a 404 server error. I don't know. They may have been getting hit a lot that day I went to do it. But nonetheless, we are back on 23.10.2. One of the cool features they added in that I haven't heard anybody talk about yet, which probably somebody has. I don't know how many of you guys run apps on your TrueNAS like I am, but I've always wondered how they added the how much these apps were using, what CPU usage, how much memory. Because you do, if you just follow the defaults, it looks like it was using 8 gigs, up to 8 gigabytes worth of resources on the RAM. And you never really knew the CPU usage or the bandwidth coming out of these apps. But in Dragonfish, they do add those in. So if you were running Dragonfish or are looking to upgrade, this is a really, really nice feature they've added in for us. So nonetheless, let's get to Plex. So they are still playing. Yeah, so they are still playing. Here they come back in. So I have up to 7 transcodes going on this machine right now. I got it set to make my CPU hurt, and we're running the hardware. I wanted to make sure instead of auto that we actually are forcing it down to the Raptor Lake. That is the built-on graphics card. This does have quick sync built on board. I read that Plex does lean heavily on this if you're running an Intel graphics card. And so far so good. So let's run it down. So I want to first let's give a shout out to NAS Compares, because this gentleman, he does everything you want to know about NASs. He's spot on. I think he does a great job, and he also gives you these test files if you want to test out your NAS. I made a mistake and downloaded the highest bit rate. Probably shouldn't do that because I don't have a NIC capable or a computer capable of pulling 400 megabits per second. So that has a lot of data. It was buffering it up, and I think it might have played. If I let it sit there and do that for a buffer long enough, it would have eventually played it. But with a time constraint, you don't want this video to go more than 20 minutes. So let's talk about it real quick. I ended up downloading these on accident, but to give a comparison, we're converting these automatically just so it will play. Lord, if I don't know, is it really playing in that? Did it finally buffer up? Maybe it did. Maybe it's actually playing at the original quality. So we'll just let that roll. That's an original quality. This is at 1080p. And we don't want convert maximum. I think we did 1080p. Let's do a 720. This should be, I don't know why these are not converting once they stop playing. Alright, and down to 160. So let's play these guys. Play. And convert automatically, because let's see what that does. Show all, and we'll do another 1080p. Alright, so you can see we're converting it to a 160. That's another 160. There's a 720. Let's bump this one up to 240. $720. 1,000 megabits 4K, which is probably as fast as my network card can handle, and we'll play this last one. They should all be going. 240, 720, the Max, and a 1080p. Check out our Plex server. So again, make my CPU hurt. The Raptor Lake is selected. Go to dashboard. You can see we are bumping it up in the bandwidth. CPU usage, it's a cool 1%, looks like. Let's see. Awesome. Let's see what TrueNAS looks like. 3%, CPU use 2%. So I hope this is a good representation of what we have built, or what I have built. I keep saying we in a lot of videos. My wife was a participant as far as the monetary part goes, and she is, let's just include her. So let's say we. She's listened to me talk about this for a month now. So yes, very much so, she is part of the we. So again, thank you, Allie, for letting me do this, because this has been an awesome journey. You have allowed me to build one heck of a NAS system. So guys, I guess that's all I got. Again, let's do a quick rundown. Let's hope these are still going. We got one at 1080p. We're converting this down to an actual playable 4K video, because that's 1,000 megabits per second. We got one converting at 720, 240, 160, and on our TVs, I believe it would only let me go down to 360p. So on the Roku televisions, we are, let's see here, see if we can get some information. This is the information. So you can see where actually I wish it would show you their standard definition as well. So we got one playing for 4K, 720, 1080, and the standard definitions. So I don't know. I mean, 7 transcodes, is that the max? I mean, should we actually try to test this and see before we actually break it, or should we say, we're never going to have 7 transcodes going at one time and call this a win? Let me know in the comments. Maybe we should push this system to the max. Maybe we should download buy a 4K movie and stream all 4K and transcode them. I don't know. I think that's a win, guys. I really am going to call it on this one. But if you want to see more, if you want to see me stress test this system to the max, just let me know in the comments. Again, thank you, NAS Compares, for hosting these videos in Google Drive, guys. This is his website, nascompares.com. It gives you a full guide. He's even has something that you can buy that will tell you everything you need to know about Plex. He's even got a video. What is a Plex host and a Plex client? He breaks it all down for you. I could go into details as well, but why reinvent the wheel when this gentleman's already done it? Again, NAS Compares, guys. Go to nascompares.com and catch him on YouTube. We'll talk to you later.